Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show, the realest sports talk show on YouTube, giving fans a real-life perspective on sports and entertainment.
You knew better, you do better. Who do it better?
Well, in 2024, the median salary for WNBA players was just 2% of their NBA counterparts. And you could argue that the men's game simply makes more money, a lot more money. But when you consider it in terms of percentages, NBA players are paid around 50% of the league's revenue, while the women get only a touch over 9%.
Well, I think because the men bring in so much, they're able to do that. Got to know your stuff, lady. The women, they're losing money. They're not profiting anything. The NBA is overly profiting, and so they're able to do that.
For WNBA players was just 2% of their NBA counterparts. And you could argue that the men's game simply makes more money, a lot more money.
Yeah, simply.
But when you consider it in terms of percentages, NBA players are paid around 50% of the league's revenue, while the women get only a touch over 9% of the revenue. So, Catherine, let's start with you. Is that fair?
Is that fair? Yeah. What? What do you mean? They don't even turn a profit, so it has to be fair, correct?
Of course, it's not fair. In this modern day and age, we need to pay the women equally. And, you know,
even though they don't turn over no profit, they should get, and they're getting actually 9%. You don't think that's fair? They're not making the league no money. So is it fair to the people that's forking money, the billionaires that's forking money out to them, or nobody should care just because they're billionaires and they got it? And so it's like, give up the money because you got it, jackass.
I come from the world of professional cycling where we're struggling with the same gender pay gap. And no matter what sport across the globe, the fact that women's sports are, and not even sports, women across the world are being paid less than men. It's time that we really, truly change this, and not penny by penny or dollar by.
Women across, you need to pick a different profession. My mother, Black, not a college graduate, she made more. She chose a profession and then invested off of the money she made from that profession into more money into real estate and so on and so forth. So it's really all on your reaching. Stop it. You're reaching and not the right way.
By dollar, but it's to the significant point of being equal.
Pearl, what do you think?
What is the difference between profit and revenue? You guys know it?
Okay, obviously you've got a point to make, so go ahead.
She just asked you a question, you idiot. Do you know it? Or so you're so bright and smart. Look at all three of their faces. None of them know the answer. None of them know the answer. Something so simple as what's the difference between profit and revenue?
No, I'm asking the question because if you're going to make the claim that we need to have equal revenue, okay, what is the difference? Tell me. Does she know?
Well, the difference is visibility and the fact that women aren't seen on the visible platforms.
That's actually not.
That's not at all. Oh my God! Did she just say visibility?
That's not correct.
No,
it is.
You don't know it.
It is.
No, I'm afraid you don't know it.
Oh wow, Caddy.
But Pearl, to go back to the question that we posed, is it?
I know y'all probably thought this was Chloe Bibby or Chloe Bibby's sister. It's not. That's Pearl. Shout out to Pearl. She about to cook. Trust.
Fair that the women get a lesser percentage of the money that they make for the sport.
Keep cutting her off. Go back a little bit. Why I keep cutting
The
her
difference
off?
is visibility and the fact that women aren't seen on the visible platforms.
That's actually not. That's not correct. You don't know it.
No, I'm afraid you don't know it.
But Pearl, to go back to the question that we posed.
I love how she okay. So I'm not gonna go back. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you what it is. Since I see now that I know now you don't know it. and you want to try to, yes, I did. You're wrong. I'll just let you know what it really is.
Is it fair that the women get a lesser percentage of the money that they make for the
I don't know
sport?
the answer to that question. That's amazing to me.
It's amazing.
Revenue is how much the league brings in. Profit is how much it brings in minus expenses.
Ding, 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 ding. Not visibility, silly. What? Visibility? Say it for the slows in the back.
I don't know the answer to that question. That's amazing to me.
That's amazing.
Revenue is how much the league brings in.
Mm-hmm.
Profit is how much it brings in minus expenses.
Hello. How much it brings in minus the expensive, the lights, the this, the gas, the everything. How much did we make after we paid all of that off and back? That's profit.
So I don't really care if you bring in $200 million, but you spend $300 million, then you're still losing money. So revenue doesn't matter.
I'm going to jump in here and point out.
Now you don't cut her off. What do you mean jump in? She's talking, sir. Wait your turn. In the words of the famous CJ So Foolish, you shut your pie hole. Did I do the face right? You shut your pie hole. I don't know how you be making that face, CJ. Stop it.
So I don't really care if you bring in $200 million, but you spend $300 million, then you're still losing money.
Simple.
So revenue.
Simple math. She just gave you A, B's, and C's right now. That had to make all the sense in the world to you. That would make all the sense in the world to a 10-year-old.
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to jump in here and point out a couple of things, and glad to be with all of you today. First of all is that obviously it's not nearly as simple as profit versus revenue, because you have, for instance, owners of WNBA teams who are having their assets grow exponentially. So whether the profit or loss comes in at X amount of money, that doesn't take into account the fact that teams that were worth $10 million 5 years ago are now worth $400 or $500 million as well. There's no shortage of investment that comes in. But there is a larger problem here, and that is centering men around these questions rather than, I let you speak. I'm going to go.
No, you actually did. Shut boy. Oh. And see, y'all call me sexist and misogynistic. He won't even let this lady speak. She didn't even get it, but then he wanted to try to be rude to her. Because he wanted to be rude to her. No, I'll let you. No, you didn't, mother.
Finish. Centering men around this instead of simply coming up with a basic answer to the question, what is an appropriate amount of the total revenue that players should receive from a league, whether it is a men's league, whether it is a women's league, and then figuring out profit versus revenue, what money goes into expenses, what money goes into investment in something that grows the league's bottom line for its owners. This is the gray area where things actually get determined. And so, no, the world is not nearly as black and white as profit versus revenue.
Oh, you're so dumb. He just said, so he don't even know what he said. Let me know in the chat if you understood what he just said right now. I'm confused. He just word salad.
I think it's pretty black and white that if you're spending more than you're making, you can't really justify a pay increase. I think it's pretty simple.
If you're
simple, it's literally that simple. It's literally that simple. If I go buy 12 lemons, a pound of sugar, right? Styrofoam cups, and all of it cost me $20. Now I make this lemonade. I take the time out to cut it, squeeze it, sugar, put it in the thing, pour the cups, and let's say I only make $20 back. I spent $20 and I only made $20. Did I profit anything? And if I didn't profit anything, let's just say I put in $19.50 and my partner put in 50 cents, when we make that $20 back, do I give him his 50 cents and then another 50 cents? Can I give him $1? He only put in 50. Can I give him $1, or would I be losing money then myself? I'll be losing money now. Now, how are we supposed to now? We got to get more lemons and more sugar and more styrofoam cups. We got to do this whole to get this lemonade stand rolling. Like kids at that age, that's why I use that, because this is something kids can understand. Like if a kid had $19.50 and his partner had 50 cents, you had to spend $20 and he only made $20 back, and his partner was like, "Hey man, but I sit out here and sold them with you. I was screaming out lemonade, lemonade. I should get an extra 50 cents. I should get my 50 back, plus at least 25 cents, make 10 cents. Give me 10. But it's like, no, bro. Then I'll be losing. And now I'm losing money. You kidding me? It don't make sense. You need to put all that money, that 50 cent, you got to put it back in the pot. I got to put this $19.50 back in the pot. And we got to re-up, and hopefully we'll make more than $20 next time, and we can turn a profit.
This is the gray area where things actually get determined. And so, no, the world is not nearly as black and white as profit versus revenue.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I think it's pretty black and white that if you're spending more than you're making, you can't really justify a pay increase. I think it's pretty simple.
If you are investing in something that's worth more over time, how is that not relevant to the overall revenue that's coming in? If you have purchased a house that continues to go up in value and you own the house, your ultimate bottom line, your assets are worth considerably more. How is that not a part of the equation?
Because
you're welcome to disagree, but
yeah, no, you're dumb. You think you're smart, but you just said something so stupid. If I had to pay on, let's say the house was, I had to owe on the house before I could ever even purchase the house to have it grow assets or the value of it go up. If it's already down, if I've already put so much money into, this dude is really slow. Sheesh.
Clearly, a number of owners don't view it that way, which is why 3 different WNBA owners in expansion just paid $250 million a piece to do it. They didn't do that
because they're not. They didn't lose money like all the other owners who's been here for years, losing millions upon millions of dollars. They didn't lose any money. If they're coming into it new now today, now that it has a little buzz to it, it could be going upward, and finally the new people that's involved can turn a profit. They knew. The ones that's been around, been forking out this money forever, yeah, they never gonna make a profit back down there with this league. It's gonna take so long for them to get the money that they've already forked out.
So they could go in and lose money.
I don't think you can really compare it when the NBA brings in $11 billion a year and we're losing $250 million. We're making less money. So
nobody actually said they're losing $250 million. That's a made up number. But why are you comparing to the NBA at all? What
she meant $50 million. It don't matter. What she means is point blank losing money, period. If it's $2, if it's 50 cents, like I said, they're losing money. It don't matter if it's 250, 50 million, 50 cents. They're losing money. They can't pay you more when we're losing.
Asking you is a different question. What is it about the WNBA that means that players shouldn't receive 50% of revenue if that's the percentage of revenue that NBA players and leagues across the world make?
Because they're unprofitable.
They're unprofitable. Like, dude, are you really dumb? Like you got a profession. You have wife and kids. Like, you lead your household. Like, you wear the pants in your family. Probably don't. That's why you want to be so rude. You want to be so rude to Pearl, and she just been as nice as possible, respectable. She has. That's bad.
Okay, what do you say to that, Caitlin? Are they not profitable?
Catherine.
Sorry, Catherine. I apologize. I apologize, Catherine.
Simple. Like, if I had an employee that wanted more money, I'd ask, "Are you making me more money?" And if you're losing $250 million a year, 50 million,
Where is
10
that
million,
number
whatever number.
Whatever number it is, buddy.
Losing
Nobody's-
250 million. That's a made-up number. Nobody has said that.
Yeah. The WNBA is not losing money. If anything, it's gaining more than it ever has. So that doesn't make sense.
You just don't know what you're talking about. They're losing money.
Revenue has gone up considerably year after year after year. That's the open question, of course. We know that a majority, if we're going to stick into the reality-based part of this,
the crazy part is these people don't even know nothing about the WNBA. None of them. Neither for them. Pearl know a little bit. She don't, not really, and she don't even act like she do. She just knows the simple mathematics that they've been losing money for their entire existence. The NBA has been subsidizing them for their entire existence. The NBA just came out last year and said they lost $50 million last year. That's where she's getting the 50 from, but she accidentally putting the 200 in it, and instead of just the 50 million. But she heard 50 somewhere, and she thought maybe two. Bottom line is they're still losing money, even with the great surge that they had last year and somewhat this year, still losing money.
Majority of WNBA teams earn money. We know the fact that the WNBA just signed a new media rights deal. For those at home who want to know how this really works, the media rights deals are the engine financially that drive
Are they profitable?
Profitability with expansion fees.
Okay, well, we know that we.
Right. All of what he's saying, word salad. She gave him a simple. Are they profitable, bro? Are they profitable?
I just explained to you
viewership,
in the many ways that they are.
we know that TV viewership has gone up 30% in the past year. Revenue for the WNBA has doubled since 2019.
But not
So
double. Yeah, again, double what though? 10 cent? 20 cent? What they doubled from? What is the right? You don't get it. Gosh.
Catherine, give us your intertention of whether or not we are seeing a lack of interest.
Like, I have 1 million subscribers. I don't even have to deal with you guys. Like, why am I here? Yeah, because Pearl, she got a meal ticket subscriber. So I mean, again, these two people, they're probably just nobodies. And this lady, same thing. Pearl actually is somebody. I just came across her from this, and I watched some of her content. She keep it funky. In
women's sport, or is it that it just doesn't seem that there's fairness in the profits?
Oh, I absolutely agree that while there's not yet fairness in the profit, we are absolutely seeing an uptick in the viewership of women's sports. And the most wonderful effect that and this is a race that has long been coming down the line.
Howard, can you hear us? I think we may have an audio issue there with Howard. So let me put that to you, Pearl. What do you think?
Yeah,
what about the fair pay for the effort that they put in?
Women are very lucky in this society. We are so lucky to even have women's sports at all.
Damn. Whoa. Maybe I should have started this video from right there. Whoa. She sound like me damn near, but I didn't say not women's sports at all. She took it further than me, and she ain't going viral. She's a she. She's a she, and took it. She said, we lucky we to have women's sports at all, meaning tennis, golf, bicycle, any sports in general. I said contact sports. I said women don't need to play contact sports. It's not a good look. And they're not good at it. She said women don't need to. We lucky we even got sports to play. Go back, Pearl. Shit. I'm going to have to redo this. I'm going to have to just do a shorter clip of just that.
Howard, so let me put that to you, Pearl. What do you think?
Yeah,
what about the fair pay for the effort that they put in?
Women are very lucky in this society. We are so lucky to even have women's sports at all. I think we're incredibly lucky to be able to play sports even though we operate at a loss. And it's very frustrating when I hear women whining and crying about not getting paid enough.
Operate at a loss. They ain't making no money.
When I have family members that are in the military, I have family members that, do the hard jobs in society, and you guys are crying because you're not getting paid enough to dribble a basketball. Nobody watches women's sports. No one does. I played sports for 20 years.
That is totally insulting.
The reason that women...
That's real. It is what it is. Nobody watches women's sports. Shut up.
The reason people are tuning in for Caitlin Clark is because of the drama. So people kind of like to see the cat fights on the court. Nobody's tuning into the WNBA to watch a bunch of missed layups. And I played basketball for 20 years. Okay?
Whoa. And she's a hooper. Ouchie. Damn.
I played overseas, but I have to be honest, all the people complaining about equal pay, they were never at my games, ever. So they just like to complain and make money.
All the people that have complained. Yeah, she talking about like these two women up here and this joker face looking person up here. This is crazy. Like she just said, y'all doing all this complaining, but I'm not even a gambling man, but I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar that y'all don't know none of these girls for real in the WNBA besides Caitlin Clark for real. The other ones that's talking. They deserve this. I bet you they don't even know who's in this league and how this league runs and the players, the talent. They don't know nothing about the WNBA. This one here, Pearl, she played for 20 years. Basketball. And she like terrible twos is what it is. And we don't get views is what it is. So no, we can't make profit off of women's sports. We can't. Men aren't profiting off of women's sports. And all of you ones that's complaining, y'all don't even really support women's sports' damn selves.
You guys make money off of
possible there's some jealousy of where the league is now compared to where it was then, because people are not tuning in for the drama. They're tuning in for the ability to play basketball, which Caitlin demonstrates so beautifully that she is fully capable. She's a fantastic ball player. And so I'm
oh my gosh, I keep accidentally going out.
So to think that, she's pretty incredible.
Yes, it's just one. She, not they are pretty incredible. Just she. So one person. So what you're talking about? Everybody needs to get paid though. You said everybody needs to get this revenue share. The percentage needs to go up on his revenue share. But all you know is Caitlin Clark, lady. Caitlin Clark definitely deserves more money. She does.
Women are not whining. Fighting for equal pay is not whining, and we are.
You're fighting for equal pay. Equal to who? To men that actually bring in the money. That actually bring in the revenue and the profits. Equal to who? See, y'all want to swerve in men's lane all the time.
Well, the world is lucky that there gets to be professional sports league for men's or for women's. Either way, we're not. We're not just lucky. We create our own luck, and women's sports have developed.
There is a man
because of that.
There is a man in Alaska that dies so we can get crab meat. Every boat that goes out, it's like 3 months long. There's a guy that literally dies. Those are the work conditions they go in. And I never see them complain. I never see them whine. I have cousins that do hard manual labor construction where they're sacrificing their body to keep this society running. And you guys are crying because you're not getting paid enough to dribble a basketball? Screw you. That's how I feel.
Nobody's crying.
That's how I feel about it. You guys are lucky to have a league to begin with. You don't make money. So if you want to get paid more, increase the profits, not the revenue, which you guys didn't even know what the difference between the two was. And that's the challenge that I'm getting is you guys are crying and you have no idea how entitled and privileged you are.
Whether we're talking about
Pearl, I might have to do another reaction because you got a lot more to even to say. Look, you got a lot to say. And she cooks all the way through this. And so I don't know if I'm going to react to the rest of it. Not right now because it's supposed to be a video. Sheesh, it's already on 25 minutes. But she is cooking. And again, I'm not the only one saying that. I'm glad that's why I put this up. I'm not saying basketball contact sports should go away for women. She said sports, look, ain't none of the women's sports profitable. Ain't none of them not soccer, not softball, not women's boxing, not except for tennis or something like that. But because Serena and Venus is very wealthy. But she just said, man, we lucky we able to do this shit at all, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Is Pearl off her rocker or is the other girl and these other people off their rocker? Who do y'all agree with? Let me know in the chat. You already know who I agree with. It's the girl Pearl. It's the Pope. Peace and love. I'm out.